Now I'd like to welcome Minister Francis Fitzgerald, Minister for Children and Youth Affairs, on behalf of all the young people and families who are here today from YAP Ireland. The Minister is going to talk to us now for a few minutes.
Thank you, Siobhan. Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for being here today, telling us about the work that you've been doing over the past year. I'm delighted to be a guest here this morning. Siobhan and some of her colleagues came in to talk to me earlier this year about the youth advocate programmes in Ireland, and I was very impressed. But of course, there's nothing like actually hearing from young people themselves. And I want to begin by thanking everyone who's been making presentations here this morning. It's been terrific to see the range of work that you've all been involved in. And it's quite hard to come up as a young person and make the kind of presentations you have, but you all did it brilliantly, and I think we really should give you a big round of applause. Fantastic. It's been really interesting for me to see the range of projects that you're all involved in, the fabulous photographs that you've taken, the great vegetables that you managed to grow there, Killian, along with Bob and Mary, who were helping you out there. And I think, was it Kelly who really gained a lot from getting to know Killian, because she learned all of the Dubliner songs. Where's Kelly? Is Kelly here today? There she is. So I think what became very clear from the presentation is that the advocates were so involved in all of the projects and were such a support. And I kept hearing the words, the unconditional support, the encouragement, the time and the care that everybody took to make sure that all of the young people here who were involved really enjoyed the experience. And the other word I heard quite a lot was humour. And there was a lot of laughter and fun. So this experience of being involved in the youth advocate programmes has been really positive for everyone. It's been fun, you've learned a lot, and we all know what happens in our childhood and during our teenage years is so important to us. It's so important to the kind of adults that we become, so important to the kind of jobs that we get, the experiences that we have in our family. And it was great as well to hear Emma talking about how much YAP had meant to her, and it meant so much to her that she wanted to come back and help other young people. And I'm sure that that's going to be the experience for so many of you who have been involved in YAP. So it's a great opportunity to grow as a person, to grow as a citizen, to get more involved in your community, to think a bit more, to have an opportunity to think about your life and where you're going. Very often in the world we live in today, we don't have a lot of time to think about those kind of things. And so I think the YAP programmes give everybody, the young people who are involved and the advocates, an opportunity to think about what they want to do, the kind of projects they like being involved in, what they want to do with their life. So it's a real opportunity. And, you know, an opportunity like this is really important. I think it's very valuable. Not every young person gets it. So I think those of you who are in this room who've been involved, it's a great privilege really to have had this opportunity. And it's a privilege for those who have worked with you. And it's a great privilege for me as Minister for Children and Youth Affairs to come along here this morning and to hear about this work, to see it in action, and to see how young people are involved in projects all over the country. And that's one of the things about my job that I think is so positive, is that I do get to hear and meet so many young people and see the positive side of what's happening for young people in Ireland. And we certainly saw that in abundance here this morning. And that's because of the youth advocate programmes and the philosophy that they have and the opportunities that they offer. One of the things we did in Ireland last year is that we had a children's referendum. And one of the key reasons we had that, one of the principles that was behind that, was to hear the voices of young people. And it's very easy to say that, and the young people here know that. You know, we should listen to young people, we should hear about their experiences, we should learn from it. It's kind of easy to say that, but to actually see it in practice is great. And what we did last year, when we voted on the children's referendum, we put into our constitution that children, and it was about children in particular circumstances, children who were before the courts, or children who were perhaps facing decisions about their care or about adoption, that we should listen to the views and the voices of young people. So we put that in our constitution last year. But what we see in action here is that principle about listening to young people, hearing about their experiences and learning from that. Because you bring a different lens, you bring a different way of looking at the world than older people, of course you do. And that's what we're learning from your involvement in these projects. And as a country, we're going to gain greatly. We're very lucky in Ireland. We've lots of young people. We've a growing population of young people, a huge increase over the last 10 years, about 13%. Unlike lots of other European countries where there isn't that population increase. So we have this fantastic resource of young people in our country, over 1 million. And we've got to do the right thing by young people. And that's why I talk a lot about doing the right thing in the early years for our children under 6, for our teenagers. Because if we do the right thing for this population, for your population of young people, we're going to have a much better country. You're going to have a better life. We're going to have a better country. And you know, it's not just that it's going to be better for you personally if we do the right thing for young people. It's going to be better for the country as a whole economically, because if we do the right thing by young people, then they're going to be better citizens, they're going to be better workers, they're going to get opportunity, they're going to educate themselves more, and everybody benefits. So what we're seeing here today is really important, and I want to thank all of you for coming together today, for sharing your experiences with us so we see what actually goes on in these youth advocate programs. I want to thank the board who help keep these programs going. I want to thank the staff, the advocates, who obviously make this a really good experience for everybody who's involved. And to say, as Minister for Children and Youth Affairs, I'm delighted to see this kind of work going on. I want to support this kind of work. I want to make sure that particularly young people who perhaps haven't got the best start in life sometimes, and that can happen for nobody's fault, just sometimes circumstances can be very difficult for some of our children and some of our families. And what we have to do is open doors and show a way forward. And if, whether you're an adult or you're a young person, if you have an opportunity to be successful, that can change your life. Again, Emma talked about that. She talked about how your life can be changed because you have a good experience and your path in life can be totally different. And that's absolutely true. And if you have a tough start in life, it doesn't have to stay like that. And programs like this make sure that the door is open for young people and that there's a really positive way forward. So well done. Thank you for all of the projects that you've been involved in. Well done to the organisation that supports this kind of initiative and this kind of work. And I'd just like to take this opportunity to wish you the very best in the projects that you do in the time ahead and the work that all of you are involved in. It's a great privilege to have come along here this morning and to have heard directly about what's been done in the youth advocate programs, and I look forward to continuing to hear about them in the months and years ahead. Well done everybody, and thank you.